Yeah. AEW Dynamite from April the 30th, 2025. Let's just go ahead and dive right into it. It was a horrible show. Did not like it. There was only one good thing on the show that happened. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. It was an all-star 8-man tag. Oh my God. Featuring Kenny Omega, Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, Kevin Knight versus Kazuchika Okada, Ricochet, and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Okada ended up getting the win via the Rainmaker. Who gives a damn? This was a waste of 30 minutes. A literal waste of 30 minutes. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Everyone involved should be ashamed of themselves. Including Ricochet, because he knows better. He came from WWE, so he should know better. But, whatever. Moving on. So, there were some local talents, aka jobbers. They were chanting, "We hurt people." So then the Hurt Business beat the shit out of those guys. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I wish this wouldn't have happened, but whatever. I guess. Moving on, this leads us into the Ops. They defeated Nick Camarado, who I thought at one point in time was going to be in NXT, but it didn't happen. He may have been, maybe around the Black and Gold era, maybe like, I want to say 2017, 2018 maybe. And then Rit Titus, who's in ROH, he's been there, but both guys have been there for like 5 years, and then I don't know who Miles Hawkins is. But two out of the three have been there for 5 years. Damn, bro. Oh, my God. I feel bad for them. I feel really bad for them. Good God. 5 years and they've done nothing with them and they're in the exact same position. Why have these guys not asked for their releases so they can go elsewhere, like maybe TNA or NXT or NWA or MLW? Or GCW. Come on. Oof. So, Will Hobbs ended up getting the win. He won via the Spine Buster. So then Moxley and the Death Riders, they show up. Mox gets choked out by Joe. He puts him in the cookie in the clutch. Then, while Joe was doing this, Shibata got hit with a neutralizer onto a chair in the ring, so he got the same thing that happened to Hook 2 weeks ago that happened to him. So now he's out. So this pisses Samoa Joe off. He's irate. Samoa Joe gets on the mic. He says that he claims that Moxley wants to fight him one-on-one, but it seems like he really doesn't want to. He calls Jon Moxley a bitch. He says, let's give the people what they really want. And that is, the two of them are going to fight for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship inside of a steel cage. And then Samoa Joe says he'll be the next AEW World Champion. Really good stuff. I am excited for Mox and Joe. Not because of the trash known as Jon Moxley, but Samoa Joe. So this should be a good match because of Samoa Joe. I still think this is going to lead to a 5-on-5 of sorts. Probably either the match is either going to be Blood and Guts or Anarchy in the Arena. Personally, if I was booking it, I would go with Anarchy. Not Anarchy in the Arena. I would go with the Blood and Guts. Because I think for the last 2 or 3 years, they have done Blood and Guts on television just to pop a rating. Enough of that. Just put Blood and Guts on pay-per-view versus Anarchy in the Arena. That's just me, though. But they'll probably end up going with Anarchy in the Arena. over blood and guts. So whatever, who gives a shit? Moving on. So Mercedes Moné, she has a sit-down interview with Renee Paquette. She talks about the titles that she currently holds. She says that despite the name of the tournament, it's not about the Hearts, it's about her. So Renee talks about Jamie Hayter's advantages going into the match, but Mercedes points out her undefeated record as proof that she can handle the challenge ahead of her. Every time she steps into that ring, she changes the game. Mercedes said that Jamie Hayter reminds her a lot of herself, except for the goofy look. She looks like Daphne from Scooby-Doo, a cartoon character. That's what she said. She didn't say Scooby. I mean, she didn't say Daphne. I said that, but she called her a cartoon character. So that's fine there. Moving on. Nick Wayne, he is backstage with the Patriarchy. He's questioned about representing the Patriarchy in the Best of the Super Juniors in New Japan. Christian Cage insists that all questions should be asked of him. So he's interrupted by Jay Lethal, who I thought was released quietly by AEW. Jay Lethal has not been on television for months. Months. I'm not going to hold you. I thought that Tony Khan got rid of him. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm not. That's some crazy shit. So, he's wanting to see if the champ is ready to prove himself by defending the title tonight. So Nick Wayne tries to get out of it, but Christian Cage accepts on his behalf, and that was it. So they're still moving along the patriarchal betrayal of Christian Cage. It's coming. So the turn is coming, but when should it happen? I think it should happen at Double or Nothing at some point. Maybe we see a return of Luchasaurus. Maybe he shows up as well. And maybe there's like a massive angle that they do to beat down Christian. We don't see Christian for a little over a month. And then he shows up to reunite with Edge, and they go after FTR. So that's what could happen. But we've got to get there. We really have to get there and get this thing moving. Like, it's moving at a snail's pace. But it's just been 2 weeks of this stuff. So we got some time, but we don't have a whole bunch of it. Moving on. So Thomas Toni Storm, she was out next. She defeated Mayu Uramashita. Match was solid because Toni Storm is great, and she had a great ass spot where she got kicked in the ass by Uramashita, which was awesome. And there was a partner match where she got her ass cheeks stuck in the turnbuckle, which was awesome. Ooh wee, nice. So Toni ends up winning via the Storm Zero. So Mercedes Moné, she shows up, promising that after she wins the Owen Cup, she'll come after what she believes is hers, and that is the AEW Women's World Championship. And then she says darling to mock Toni Storm. So Jamie Hayter shows up, and she has a little brawl with Mercedes, and then Toni Storm just starts acting really freaky in the ring, which is cool. I mean, it was weird, but it was some freaky shit. All right, moving right along. We go backstage. Don Callis talked about making history. He talks about how Kyle Fletcher's going to win his match against Hangman Adam Page. So Kyle Fletcher looks to take out Hangman tonight before beating Will Ospreay at Double or Nothing to make him say his full name, which Don Callis says the protostar, Kyle Fletcher. Who cares about this shit? Moving right along. So this leads us into the Hurt Syndicate. They show up. So MJF, he shows up. And everyone gives him a thumbs up outside of Bobby Lashley. So Bobby Lashley, he's teasing it at first. He lifts it up a little bit, pause, then he puts it down, then he finally just puts it all the way down. So MJF is pissed off about this. He's irate. He said that he's tired of Bobby Lashley's shit. So MJF asked Bobby Lashley, what is it exactly that he wants? What is it that would intrigue him? How about some Rogaine, you bald-headed son of a bitch? And that's what he actually says. So Bobby Lashley's irate. He shoves MJF. He's about to choke him out. And Lashley is telling MJF that the Hurt Syndicate, they hurt people. And if MJF wants to prove himself, he has to hurt somebody. So Lashley then relents, and then he walks away with MVP and Shelton Benjamin. They go to the back. Good stuff here. I like it. But it's quite odd that Bobby Lashley doesn't want more championship gold, i.e. the AEW World Championship. That's what I thought he would want, because he was a former champion in WWE and TNA. So I would think that he would like to continue that trend, but I guess not. I guess not, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do. Clearly, this is leading up to MJF and Bobby Lashley at Double or Nothing. This is where this is leading. This is interesting. I do think that MJF is going to take Bobby up on his offer. He's probably going to more than likely cost Hangman Adam Page, cost him the match at Double or Nothing against Will Ospreay. So, there's that. But this was fine. This was the only good segment on the show. Moving on. This leads us into a video package about FTR. They're looking to cement their legacy and win back their AEW World Tag Team Championship. That's cool, but it's not going to happen because the Hurt Syndicate, they're essentially heels. Even though the fans, they cheer for them, they're still heels. So that would be weird. Moving on. Nick Wayne defeats Jay Lethal to retain the ROH Television Championship. Christian Cage then lifts up the title post-match, and then he puts the title around the waist of Nick Wayne, and he gives him a round of applause. Okay, this is fine, I guess. I guess they're still going to continue their feud. I really do hope that they do something with this at Double or Nothing, because the real story is Christian Cage and Edge reuniting. So they have to tell that story. We need to get some immediate I can't think of the word. Not confrontation. Some immediate reaction to this. Like, they need to move the story along. So if they're going to do the heel turn, they need to go ahead and do it quick. And I think you could do it probably at the special show that they're doing, the spring break-in show that AEW is doing in like 2 weeks. So maybe we could get an angle there, or you could wait till Double or Nothing. But I think by then, Double or Nothing would be too late, in my opinion. But, it is what it is. But, this is fine. Moving on. Main event of the evening. Adam Page defeats Kyle Fletcher. He is now in the Owen Hart Cup Finals against Will Ospreay. And that was Dynamite. Dynamite was not good as per usual. There's nothing we can do about it. The only good thing on this show was MJF and Bobby Lashley. Outside of that, who cares? The 8-man tag was worthless, and it was a total waste of time. And the matches just, they weren't nothing to really talk about and sink, our teeth into. But it is what it is. Double or Nothing is in 4 weeks. Tony has to build a promising card. Do I think he can do it? Probably not, because he's a lazy sack of shit. But what do you guys think of Dynamite? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.